Hey everyone, welcome to the Berne podcast today. So I'm going to take on the subject perception, technology, and the future of human intelligence. As we start into artificial intelligence in 2026, I ask the question, why perception, not intelligence? That's going to help decide the future. So I look at things like the state of our nervous system, the implications of virtual reality glasses on our eyes and vision, the difference between seeing more and seeing clearly. So in this space, I like to explore perception, technology, health, and what it really means to be human in this rapidly changing world. This isn't about trends for the sake of trends. It's about understanding how nervous systems, our vision, and our decision-making are being shaped right now. So I wanted to share my view on artificial intelligence, not from hype, not from fear, but from the lens of perception. Because the real question isn't how intelligent AI is becoming, it's how well we are perceiving while using it. Most conversations today about AI focus on power, speed, efficiency, intelligence. But intelligence alone has never guaranteed wisdom. You know, in my work in vision and nervous systems, I've seen something very clear. When perception is distorted, even highly intelligent systems make poor decisions. This applies to humans, and it applies to how humans use AI. The core shift is coming in 2026. AI is everywhere. It's embedded in workflows, decision support systems, creative tools, diagnostics, education, and even business strategy. AI in 2026, where it's actually showing up and why perception matters. It's embedded in workflows. By 2026, AI won't feel like a separate tool. It's something that you're using throughout the day. It's embedded directly into workflows. Email platforms will suggest responses. CRMs will predict next actions. Scheduling systems will optimize time automatically. Content systems will pre-shape messaging. So the danger here isn't dependence. It's unquestioning our momentum. When AI is embedded, decisions happen faster than perception can catch up. I call this visual information processing. And we've worked with this for many, many years with kids with learning problems, adults. But when decisions happen faster than perception can catch up, this has an effect on our nervous system, our stress, because we're already in urgency. And so we start asking questions like, is this actually the right move? Because AI will move the river faster. Perception determines whether you're steering or just being carried down the river. Second, decision support systems. So decision support sounds helpful, right? And they can be, except that AI will analyze patterns, risks, probabilities, and outcomes faster than any human team put together. And here's what I've seen over decades. Under stress, humans outsource judgment too quickly. That's right. If perception is narrowed, AI outputs become authority instead of input. Good decision-making doesn't come from more data. It comes from contextual awareness. This is very important. In 2026, the leaders who thrive will use AI as a second nervous system, not as a replacement for discernment. Let's look at creativity. AI is being shaped now, shaping creativity in ways that we never thought about, like video, music, film, writing, design. Everything's getting accelerated. But creativity doesn't come from speed, it comes from signal. When perception is overstimulated, creativity becomes derivative. AI makes it easy to generate, but harder to feel what matters. Feel what matters. That's important. The future creative edge won't be who produces the most. It will be who can still sense resonance, timing, and emotional truth. I mean, AI can generate content, but only humans can perceive meaning. Number 4, let's look at diagnostics. I see this in eye care. I see it in all forms of medical care, behavioral business. AI will be amazingly good at pattern recognition. It already is. But diagnosis without perception becomes, in my view, mislabeling. I've watched this happen in healthcare for many years. AI can identify correlations, but it can't feel context, trauma, adaptation, or even resilience. Without perceptual intelligence, diagnostics risk becoming faster ways to miss the point. The best use of AI in diagnostics will be as a mirror, not a verdict. I got to talk about education in AI. Education will be transformed. It already is. AI tutors, personalized learning paths are popping up everywhere. We get instant feedback, adaptive testing, but learning doesn't happen when we're overloaded, when our sympathetic nervous system, our fight, flight, freeze response can't take anymore. What happens? Our vision tunnels, our perception narrows. We hold our breath. We're under pressure. We forget everything. Curiosity collapses. Integration stops. So the real question in 2026, in my mind, in terms of education, won't be how fast can we teach? It will be, can the learner's nervous system stay open with learning? I see this all the time in my advisory roles with schools and clinics. Education that ignores perception will produce information, but not wisdom. And looking at business strategy, AI will increasingly shape business. Marketing predictions, customer behavior modeling, operational optimization. But strategy isn't just analysis, it's orientation. Until stress organizations mistake speed for clarity. AI amplifies this when we're under stress. The most successful businesses won't be the most automated, they will be the most perceptually literate. That's key. Nobody's talking about that. Because we have to know when to pause, when to widen, when to let things dissolve. Quit forcing. AI will reward those who understand timing, not just data. And this is my final point. So across workflows, decisions, creativity, diagnostics, education, and strategy, AI doesn't eliminate human responsibility. In fact, it magnifies it. The question isn't, what can AI do? It's, can we perceive clearly enough to use it well? It's all based on the prompts, the questions we ask, what we know about ourselves that keeps the conversation going with AI. So what's happening with AI is not so much that, it's going to be part of our lives, but how much it accurately amplifies our perception. Because if we're stress-driven, if we're in urgency and under pressure, all AI will do is accelerate bad assumptions. So that's why your perception needs to be grounded, regulated, and contextual. That way, AI becomes an extraordinary ally, a strategist that can help you navigate complex questions. One of the biggest blind spots I see in AI conversation, nobody's talking about it, is our human nervous system. Let's face it, technology has brought on speed. And these faster tools are now in all of our systems, but it's created an overstimulation. We don't sleep as well, our health is not as good, our digestion is not as efficient, we have all kinds of inflammation in our bodies. So what does stress do? Increases cortisol, narrows our perception. Urgency collapses context. Trauma conditions interpretation to be skewed. This is why smart people and smart companies often misread situations even while using these powerful tools. AI doesn't slow you down, it speeds you up. And with speed without perceptual accuracy, this creates distortion. All right, I get lots of questions about virtual reality glasses and the visual frontier. Virtual reality glasses, in my view, in 2026 are going to be more part of our fabric, where the phone kind of steps back a bit and the VR glasses are going to emerge. VR glasses in immersive environments are advancing. I see it every day. They're not neutral. Vision is a regulator of our nervous system. I've been talking about that for 40 years. When you see changes in how you feel, how you orient, and how you decide, wow. In 2026, the conversation won't be about screen time. It's going to be about things like perceptual narrowing, visual load, dissociation versus embodiment, loss of peripheral awareness. When technology collapses the visual field too much, too fast, without regulation, we increase our anxiety and we have faster cognitive fatigue, even if the content is useful. So the new metric, I call it perceptual intelligence. The future won't be divided between people who use AI and people who don't. It will be divided between those who perceive clearly under pressure and those who can't. Perceptual intelligence, the ability to sense context, regulate timing, and widen your awareness. This will matter more than raw IQ, credentials, or tools. So AI will not replace human intuition, but it will expose whether intuition is grounded or reactive. So here's my 2026 view. The real risk of AI is not that it's becoming too intelligent. It's that humans don't slow down enough to perceive accurately while using it. The future belongs to people who can regulate their nervous system, widen their perception, tolerate uncertainty, and let clarity emerge instead of forcing resolution. AI doesn't create wisdom, perception does. So if you're a business leader, practitioner, or organization navigating the shift, and you sense that the challenge isn't technology, but perception and decision-making under pressure, this is the work that I'm doing now. I work in an advisory capacity with individuals and teams who want to integrate AI thoughtfully without losing ethics, clarity, and human intelligence. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Until next time, take care, and remember to slow down your seeing.